can you do the American accent you're so good at?
Oh, yes.
Hey guys, my name's Lily, and if you actually want to see my show, really, you can head over to YouTube, and I talk about organic burgers.
All right, that wasn't that great.
Yeah, what the fuck? You
That
sound
was
like you're...
sick. Are you kidding me? Okay, give me your Australian accent.
No. Oh, hi, hello, and welcome to another brand spanking new episode of another Bachelor podcast. My name's Dylan. I'm saddled up next to one real Nicholas Davis.
What's going on, everybody?
The guy behind the glass? It's the producer. His name's Patrick.
Hi, guys.
Tonight we are joined by a very, very lovely special guest, Lily McManus from Down Under.
G'day, mate.
From Winter Games, dude. Get it correct.
From Winter Games, also from the spin-off franchise that happened in New Zealand. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
I talked to you off mic, of course, and apologize for not doing my homework, but you weren't somebody that just got, sent home in the first couple weeks. We've got a runner-up and a voluntary runner-up at that. We'll get into it, but how was your experience on New Zealand's The Bachelor?
Season 3.
It was a bloody good time. I had the best time. And he is such a good dude. And we're still friends now, actually.
And when we say he, we're talking about New Zealand's version of Chris Harrison or your Bachelor?
My Bachelor, no. My version of Chris Harrison was dodgy.
What? Who is New Zealand's Chris Harrison?
His name's Dominic Bowden.
Okay.
And when you say dodgy, I'm a little
my question exactly.
I'm a little slow on the slang. He's trying to fuck the contestants.
No, he seems like a good guy, but I feel like he just does a lot of drugs low key.
Oh, word.
Like uppers?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or maybe he's such an upper naturally that he does the downers and it makes him normal.
Oh, cool. Yeah, you got to level out. That's what Pat does.
Yeah, I can tell.
And what was your bachelor's name?
His name is Zach Franich.
Okay, so this is a pretty pimp move, if I do say so myself. Can you just tell the audience what happened behind the scenes when you were on the precipice of getting proposed to?
Well, we don't propose in New Zealand.
Oh, you don't?
Well, you can. You have the option, but nobody does that because fucking commitment issues.
How
basically.
Responsible is that? That's
I know,
incredible.
It's great because she broke up with him 4 months later anyway.
Yeah, so that's what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, I had a little bit of an off-air conversation with him that just basically said, I'm not sure if I am your woman or you are my man. I really like you. We can give this a go. We can try. Like, I gave him that option. I was like, we can try, but I don't really know. And he was kind of like, yeah, okay, well, that fucking sucks. But, I mean, we'll... And then I didn't win.
Did you fake the tears?
No, I don't cry a lot, which sucks. I was like, don't.
Okay. Well, I guess this is a Segui. You are known to us Americans via ABC's Winter Games, which was a terrible show.
I disagree. I ate it up.
I loved it.
Same. Terrible show. Pat, can we get a third opinion?
Yeah, fucking sucked. I didn't even watch the last episode, and I do a podcast about the show.
Yeah, okay, too much Ashley I can eat, but apart from that, it's good.
Ooh.
Oh, we'll get to her.
Tea and shade.
Hey, Lily, I have a question.
Yeah.
On your season, the New Zealand version of The Bachelor or Bachelorette, how much different is it than the American version? Is it is it a full 6 weeks living in the house with this dude, or what is it?
I was in the house for 3 months.
Whoa!
Yeah. It was a love cult. I was taken out of the world. I had to be reintroduced into the world slowly, like soft foods, the whole deal. I couldn't. It was crazy. But it was good. I mean, I didn't have my phone for 3 months. It was actually quite a...
That sounds really refreshing.
It was weird, but refreshing.
That sounds like a lot, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a great question. All right. So in America, when we're doing this version, we'll go to New Zealand as like where the rose... Do you guys come to America to do your final rose or proposal or your excursion trips?
No, so we went to Thailand for a month and filmed there, and then we came back to New Zealand to do our final rose. But it was only 3 girls at that stage.
3 months is just too long.
So you said there's no proposal at the end. Is this does this coincide with how you mentioned New Zealand is very conservative and they just don't want to ruin the sanctity of marriage on television?
Well, I think Americans have this thing that like marriage is the do-all, end-all kind of thing for relationships.
Yeah, we're not very chill about it.
No, you guys are just like, put a ring on it. Like every second Instagram comment I have on my photo with Courtney is like, put a ring on it.
Well, I agree.
And you think you should?
Do you know that?
Fuck yeah.
Thank you.
I ship you guys.
I thought you looked like brother and sister, and it creeped me out the whole time.
Yeah, people say that. I don't get that. Really?
You don't think you don't like? Yeah, he looks like a Ken doll. You look like a Barbie. You look like
you guys just seemed like you were too good of friends. Like you guys were the best of friends. Yeah,
We get along very, very, very well.
Yeah,
very well.
We're jumping the gun, but Winter Games, even though it was a terrible program, it
was amazing.
It brought social media, the Winnebago voyage that was your and Courtney's relationship, which looked like an absolute blast. How long did it take?
How long did it take to form that? Or
no, how long were you guys out there together in the RV?
In the RV. So we finished the show around the 17th of December, and then we went all the way into the first, so about like 12 days-ish, 10 days. We were in the RV.
And how was America?
America was cool.
We did the
whole shebang. And
did you go through the flyover states?
We went, where did we go? We went to like Arizona.
How many
New
states
York.
did you consummate your relationship in?
Yeah. Well, doesn't that imply just one?
Just one state?
Yeah, if you consummate it, isn't it just that first pop?
Is that what that means?
Yeah,
What
I
does
think so.
consummate mean?
How many states did you have sex in? I guess
Okay.
I'll say it
Oh,
crass.
you can just say how many states did you bang in? Probably all of them.
Yeah.
What a fun trip.
50 for 50, and they slid down to Puerto Rico too.
So Arizona, that's a rocky land, isn't it?
Ooh, it was good. I
Yeah.
loved Arizona. I didn't know that I wanted to see the Grand Canyons until I saw it.
Grand
I was like,
Canyon.
yeah.
I've never been,
Ooh.
but I've heard it is absolutely
It
fucking
is-
insane.
It is grand, and it is a canyon.
Yeah. Do you have questions?
Just really quickly, I mean, we were talking about New Zealand. You were not born in New Zealand. It's kind of your adopted home.
Yeah, it's like my adopted home. I definitely was not born there, and I had lived there briefly because my mum lives there, but I kind of just got entered by my mum on the show, and I was like, okay, we'll stop by, do the show. Then I ended up staying there for 3 months, and then I ended up having a bit of a life there after it was all finished.
I mean, was it like Lord of the Rings? Isn't that where that was filmed?
Not quite. Not quite.
Is that true? That's true, right?
It is
it
true
totally
though.
is,
No.
yeah.
In like
Yeah.
in Middle Earth, I lived in Auckland.
Well,
Shire.
this kinds of puts a hole in my list that I brought. You guys know after the success from our other property.
All right, I'm gonna go turn the air conditioning on.
So on our other property, another Below Deck podcast last week, I gave our top 3 bachelors, and it lit social media on fire. So I'm gonna have to. I'm doing. This is gonna be a recurring bit, guys. I'm doing lists. I'm gonna give you my top 5 Kiwis. Okay.
All right, let's see where this goes.
Number 5, UFC heavyweight and one punch knockout artist Mark Hunt.
No one knows who that is.
He's incredible, and he's not afraid to get clap back.
Oh shit, you got no job, motherfucker? Enjoy the favelas, bitch.
On social media, all right.
Number 4.
Number 4. All right, no more on him. This one, he's a lovely guy. This might seem as
What a fucking list.
Riz Darby.
Something's going down on a big scale. Guy from corporate's here. Don't look. He wants to talk to you. I think it's about all those loans you've been approving.
Ooh.
I stood by and let it happen.
Norm.
You were feeling it. You're in the loan zone, remember?
Yeah, I was.
I was watching you. Yeah, you were. But I'm afraid it's caught up with us.
Yes, good bitch. She's a
Everybody-
really good bitch.
Flight of the-
Everybody
Flight of the
knows
Conchords.
him.
He's great as their manager.
And Yes Man, a very underrated movie, even though it was an exact remake of Liar Liar.
It was an exact remake. They made a movie with Jim Carrey. They said you can't tell a lie. And then they made another movie like 6 years later where Jim Carrey couldn't say no. And they made those movies. slap in the face to the American audience.
Number 3.
Oh,
Lily, I'm fucking passionate about that.
She's
Okay,
picking
number
up.
3.
No, she's picking it up quick. Number 3, and this is where my list starts to fall apart because it's not. She's not even a Kiwi. Lily McManus.
Good bitch. She's a
Everybody-
really good bitch.
Great idea.
Number 2.
Bronze.
Number 2. He is the showrunner, creator of some incredible sitcoms, Summer Heights High, most notably Chris Lilly.
China.
Fuck you, sir.
And
My favorite.
And number 1, drum roll,
Nah.
the fruit, a kiwi.
Oh, that
Oh,
is.
I love those. Do you guys eat the skin on the kiwi fruit? That's the important question.
I
haven't-
do.
You do?
I'm very impatient.
Okay, my bachelor didn't. I wrote it on my leg, and I asked him questions up my skirt, and he doesn't eat the skin on the kiwi fruit. But that's where the vitamins are at. I'm telling you.
I would have been like, ask me more questions. How
No,
does that
I had
writing
heaps.
go?
I had heaps, but
No.
they cut heaps because they were racist.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought the nickname Kiwi comes from the bird, not the fruit.
Well, I guess you've got both to
Oh,
choose
both-
from there.
both
yeah,
work,
you've got
though.
a bit, yeah.
God, I haven't had a Kiwi in like a decade.
Yeah, you guys don't sell them here. We have them real cheap in New Zealand. Here, they're like 2 for $3.
It's like a goddamn avocado. Sorry guys,
Only by Haas.
just really quickly, one more list for you guys.
Okay, so I
It's
think
gonna be
we
super
should-
quick. I'm definitely doing this. My top 5 lilies.
Oh, okay.
Number 5, Galilee. That is the city in
Yep, number 4.
That is the city where Jesus walked on water.
4.
Galilee. Number 4.
Isn't it Gallipoli?
No, it's Galilee.
Yeah, so
Maybe you have a different Bible.
Number 4.
Number 4. I just assumed this was a person, and I looked it up, and in fact, he does exist. Rapper Lil E. Lily.
holy shit.
Number 3.
Whew. Fuck me.
One of 2 people to make both lists. Chris Lilly again.
Oh, wow.
Number 2, lily pads. And number 1, Lily McManus.
Oh.
I hate to burst your bubble, but Chris Lilly's Australian.
Oh, wow. And so are you. My lists are bad. I will say, huge upset. Lily the flower did not make the list.
I have got to say that we've done a couple of these lists, and that one that we just went through, it's the worst one we've ever heard. I mean, that was terrible. Let's talk about the show that we're here to talk about.
Okay, fine.
Lily,
fine.
do you have thoughts on that last list?
I mean, you gave it your best, and I feel like that's all you can do in life.
On Winter Games, you're with American cast members.
Uh-huh.
Ashley LeConte, the crier.
Uh-huh.
All right. She's coming into that show thinking that she's got a little heat. She's super famous. And was she kind of a bitch? Is basically where I'm getting
Well,
to.
I actually never really knew her before. Had no idea. I didn't know who Deanie Babies was. I didn't know who Ashley was. I didn't know who Ben was, which is great because I went into it and I was like, hey guys, what's up? You know, I didn't have any kind of expectation on who these people were.
Yeah.
And I actually never really saw a lot of Ashley until she ended up with Kevin. And a lot of people were saying that she was just kind of always with production and just kind of not really hanging out in the group. And she was lovely to me. I think Ashley's lovely.
On her
But-
terms.
yeah,
She's sitting back and catering in a separate room away from the other people.
Yeah, she's a very smart girl. She knows what she's doing. kind of thing.
I agree. I think it's diabolical. I thought she was just an insane nutbag that cries on camera, but turns out she's going to be a TV mogul. She's doing shit for ETV. She's got that shitty podcast that a few people listen to.
Yeah.
I personally, I think she's a horrible person. Can I tell you why?
Why?
On Chris Soules, you know that he's that guy that was the Bachelor that killed the guy.
He
The drunk driving.
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
international heart.
Hit a man on a tractor.
So get this, and Lily, you strike me as we seem like common souls. This might bug you or irk you. On that season, she's on a date with Chris Soules. She drops a glass, it falls on the ground, and then she just waits for someone else to pick it up and walks away. It's little things like that that tell me you're a piece of shit.
You know what? That reminds me. I'm so sorry, but I do have to say this. We kept, you're saying Ashley's a bit of a prima donna. We kept Lily waiting a little bit too long. And in retaliation, Lily started destroying things in this studio.
Okay, this is what went down. I needed to pee. I needed to pee.
Because you've been here for 40
I
minutes.
am such a strong woman that
Yeah.
I just shut the door, apparently a little bit too hard for you weaklings, and a picture fell off the wall and it broke.
Glass everywhere.
And
Glass everywhere.
Due to me, I was peeing and having a good time in there.
She walked
I come out
out
and
of
you're
that-
abusing me.
She walked out of that bathroom and said, "Pick it up, clean it up."
That's new to me. I don't speak like that, mate.
All right, let me get back to my question.
Yep, sorry, I
Yeah, no, I
interjected.
like-
All right. And then Ben Higgins. I can't stand this piece of shit either. I think he's a fucking fake.
Best bachelor
I
ever.
bet. No, he's not. We'll get to a story with him later on. You
Yeah.
won't want to be saying that once you hear this story. Anyway, Lily, Ben Higgins strikes me as a complete fake and also a prima donna and someone else who's off like in his own area, not mixing it up with the rest of the cast. Is that true or false?
Well, Ben was pretty into it. Like, I got to know Ben a little bit, but I never really got tight with him. I think I only really get close to people that are a little bit fucking weird, and I think he's just a very
Bland,
nice guy.
yeah.
You know, he's just a nice guy.
Yeah.
But he does have a few quirks. I think
Okay.
this brings us to our next
Yeah,
story.
so let's get into this.
We're gonna
now.
make stories. Yeah.
He thinks his shit doesn't stink.
As I've said, fans of this show know my stance on Ben Higgins. Great guy, handsome guy, stud, greatest bachelor ever. But we learned some truly horrifying stuff about Ben this week.
And I will say, this news has been circling in the real underground depths of Bachelor Nation for months, actually. He spoke about it himself on his own podcast. I'm
Yeah.
surprised it didn't make national headlines. I think it's way more interesting than Brett Kavanaugh. But
Well.
should I break the news, guys?
Do it.
The man doesn't wipe his ass.
The man doesn't wipe his ass.
Every shit, he takes a shower and he has a shit rag that he wipes and he washes once a week.
So he
All right.
showers every time he goes to the bathroom.
This is some Reddit hearsay I have not confirmed. I haven't watched Ben take a shit.
He said this on a podcast. So
All right.
Yeah.
One, you don't have to, kick a man while he's down. You call it a washcloth. You don't have to call it a shit rag.
I call a spade and a shit rag a shit rag.
Okay. Okay. I have.
Yeah, defend your man.
No. I'm not going to defend him. I'm going to lean into this takedown. I get very weirded out by people, and I know people like this. I still love them. Jamie, if you're listening. But people who have serious issues about going to the bathroom in public. It's just strange to me. Like, if you have to do it, do it. You're never going to see anyone you're around ever again. What are you going to do? Shit your pants and go home and shower with your shit rag?
It doesn't
Go to the
compute.
bathroom.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. And now I'm going to do something you guys wouldn't think I'd do. I'm going to defend the man.
Whoa.
Okay. One of my biggest complaints, and I have a lot of friends that are gross, you can actually get a whiff of their ass while you're sitting watching TV next to them. Men are horrible at hygiene, especially guys that live alone and smoke too much weed or something. So I have a few of those friends. I appreciate a man that is able to bathe his backside on a regular basis, because that's something that men aren't taught as small man children. Hey, clean it up back there. Sometimes some dry paper ain't gonna do the full job. Wash your ass.
Of course. I mean, I don't want to get too graphic, but I don't pop a digit up there, but I make sure that I mean, it's a whistle. It's a whistle in the morning.
Should be able to eat off it.
But throughout the day, if something happens, something happens. You have to use toilet paper.
No. Can I interrupt? So
Yeah,
actually,
please do.
I think I have heard, I don't know if you guys have heard, but if you are healthy down there, or your digestion system is working well,
Yeah.
you shouldn't need to wipe your ass.
Well, that's...
Okay. I heard this, our first bachelor in New Zealand, he's like paleo and shit, so he's like into that stuff.
Yeah.
But he like came out and he's like, if you're healthy, you should just shit cleanly and it should just
Drop out.
drop
Not rub
out
up against
and
the
you don't
sides.
even need to, it hasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know if I agree. I'm
My-
not on that boat yet, but I mean,
My sister, I've actually never said this on the podcast.
She's a rectal scientist.
She's started a colonics business in Minneapolis, Minnesota called Move Colonics. And she's definitely on that train where a proper health, you shouldn't be shitting. I, of course, am keto, as these fellas know, and I often do not have that problem because I don't eat enough fiber. I need more vegetables in my diet.
Really?
Hey, Nick,
No,
the rest of
he
us
is
that eat
not.
McDonald's,
I'm super undisciplined with it.
If you eat fast food, dude, you that's not clean living.
What Nick just
I don't
did,
eat fast food
what
anymore.
Nick just did was, it's like saying I have a six pack when you don't have a six pack, but aspire to have
It's
a
like I
six
have
pack.
one under the fat.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
It's
keto.
they're there.
Besides
That's
all the shit I
bullshit.
eat.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he'll not eat carbs, and then at 2:00 we'll order 4 sandwiches and eat 3.5. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was going to bookend this by just some advice out there for a little clean
Thank you.
poop if you're not paleo. Shave your asshole. It actually, I do it. It does help clean that up back there.
That's a lot.
Do you shave everything else or just the butthole?
Everything. Everything. I'm like a
You
little boy.
shave the butthole?
Yeah.
But Pat, I can't imagine a worse feeling than stubble growing into an O-ring. That sounds absolutely horrible.
You just have to see it to believe it, buddy.
I will have to
See
say,
it,
though,
okay.
I at least like that Patrick offered some advice because we pride ourselves on this podcast. We don't just point out problems, we offer solutions.
It's informative.
And I will say to Ben, get a bidet. Get a bidet. How does that not solve everything?
Or just, this is not like, I don't have a problem with him cleaning his ass with a specific rag that he throws away. Little weird, little quirky, idiosyncratic. But what are you going to do at 5:00 when you're at Ashley Iaconta's podcast studio and you're rumbling? You're going to go home, shit, and then shower? We got to move on.
we got to move
We
on.
gotta move on.
All right.
Number 3.
There is another very, very bland, boring, and strange man who is about to be the Bachelor, ABC's The Bachelor. His name is Colton Underwood, and, I think he's going to be a wonderful Bachelor because he is so fucking dumb. And I think we're going to get a lot of entertainment out of how fucking dumb he is. And a bunch of dumb women vying for this stupid man's love. It's going to be great television.
I think Lily might have some inside info because you were telling me off mic you smoked a fag with him outside someplace.
Well, he didn't smoke a fag, but
I was gonna say, he doesn't smoke
No,
fags.
no
No way.
We were at this Maximum Hot S100 party, and I met him I saw him out on the balcony, and we're having a good old chat. I mean, he's definitely a giant teddy bear, and definitely not my type. But I mean, he seems okay.
Yeah.
That's all I can give him, honestly.
Yeah.
He seems fine.
Is he a smoke show in person? Is he very, very beautiful?
He's
in
not my
person?
type, but I feel like he's the American dream kind of
Yes,
looking dude, which is not my
1000%.
type. I like him looking a little bit more weathered and dirty.
Yeah.
I will say, you say this, but Courtney, I mean, he's like a pretty dude.
He's weathered up close. If you look, I tell him it's nothing new. He knows it. He's weathered up close.
Beautiful.
Okay, all right, let me say something about this Colton guy. America hates him, by the way, Lily. I'm not sure if you're following this. We're
The
really
polling is
disappointed.
not looking good for
It's
him.
not looking
Yeah,
good for
yeah,
this
no,
guy.
yeah.
I think he's completely fake. And by the way, this is not the American dream. This man has never held down an actual job. He wanted to play professional football, didn't fucking happen.
No, but the jawline. He looks like Brad Pitt and a cornfield fucked and had a baby.
Yeah,
He
he
looks
looks-
like every meathead I went to high school with.
Brad Pitt and a golden retriever fucked. That's what he looks
I
like.
mean, okay, all right. Fine, Lily.
They are trying so hard to push this guy on us. By him going on to Ellen the DeGeneres show and doing all this fucking media bullshit. Like, I hate this guy.
All right, let's talk about his appearance on Ellen.
Before we do-
before we do.
One former contestant had some pretty strong thoughts on what kind of Bachelor Colton will be.
You watch Colton's season?
Of course. It's gonna be a dumpster fire. Of course I'm gonna watch it. I imagine Colton's season going the same way mine would, where he wants to do right by everyone and he wants no one to hate him.
Okay.
And that's going to just go ahead and bite him right in the butt.
Okay. So you would not be Bachelor?
Oh my god, I'd be a horrible bachelor. For the same reasons Colton would be horrible and will be horrible.
Oh man,
That's him being real there. He's blazed over, by the way, in that clip.
Oh, yeah,
He looks like he's done coke all day, all night, and he's like finished a bottle of champagne.
He was ambushed in Vegas, and his eyes were glazed over, and he was hammered. But hey, that brings out some honesty because we were all distracted by Lily smoking Dylan's vape. Not to bring you guys behind the curtain,
it's mango flavored.
the best.
but he said he thinks Colton will be a dumpster fire, and that is some. Woo,
What does that even mean?
It's angry, I'll tell you that.
just like a train wreck, car crash. Just
Okay.
it's gonna be horrible.
Okay.
I just can't stand him.
Okay.
I cannot fucking stand him.
You're talking about Deanie Babies.
Yeah,
I've had
about
tacos with Deanie Babies at 10 p.m. and I like him. I back him. He knows how to party as well. But like not in that term, but he just gets wasted. And I've had a good party with him and he's a good guy. Like maybe he doesn't know. I feel like these Bachelor people, they don't know what's the right thing to say and what's the wrong thing to say, and they stress too much about being liked by people that it comes across like they're trying too hard sometimes.
Yeah, like...
But if genuine Deanie Babies is a good guy.
He is like that. That's a perfect example. That's a perfect, summation of who he is. He's a fucking tryhard. Like he just... He is such a fuckboy. Every time I fucking see him, I just cannot fucking stand
Our
that.
issue is, because I think it's what Lily's saying, is he didn't put himself out there who the real guy is, like a party fun guy that says what's coming off his mind. His season, Lily, you probably didn't watch it, he played it like the quiet, shy guy, and then come out, he's a total fucking womanizer partier. I like a womanizer.
But one could beg the question, I'm sorry to step on you, Lily, somebody who behaves like a chameleon depending on what kind of lens is on you, you got to raise an eyebrow at that. Lily's been herself on television the entire way through.
Because I don't know what else. I don't have any fucking thing else. Like, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Dean has no fucking idea who he is, but I give him a little bit of credit because he has had a horrifically unique childhood.
Now, gentlemen, while we're doing this to see exactly how real our guest Lily is, I have a few questions.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Fuck me up.
All right. You and Courtney, you went on that. You guys lasted 8 months.
Uh-huh.
And then you released a statement on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
The breakup statement. All right. This was the statement. Wish that I didn't have to do this. Unfortunately, it's the world we live in. So here it is. There's probably not many of you who'll understand this or even be able to relate, but Lily and I have chosen not to end our relationship, but to continue it as mates. Well, I like how he did that. We're best friends, and it became clear to both of us that the emotional side of our relationship doesn't allow us to be the best versions of ourselves. So I have to ask, 8 months together, who got sick of who first? And when did you guys actually decide like, this ain't going to be continuing on?
Well, we broke up 2 days before we released that post.
Okay.
But it's a weird thing. I've never had to publicly break up with the world watching.
Yeah.
So we definitely wanted to make sure that everything was a little bit settled before we actually released it to people. Courtney's not the best writer. I'll give him that. My dirty taco reference in my statement was definitely better than
you had
that.
fun with it.
But I mean... it was very mutual. I'd like to say that it wasn't, but you do get to a time in your life where I prefer older dudes, I admit that, but we are at different stages in our lives. He wants kids in the next 2 years. I'm 21. There were little things that just didn't quite add up, and as much as we love each other, it's just better for us to part ways.
So someone got tired of somebody, basically. That's how it happens.
Well, it's
Come on.
fucking like to start a relationship in
another country.
In a fucking Winnebago. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't.
And try figure out your lives in a new country. It's the most difficult thing you could ever imagine.
Ben Higgins wouldn't have wanted to bet on that Winnebago. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about? What are you referring to? What do you mean?
He poops. It's a Winnebago.
Oh, got it. There we go.
Hey, Lily. So you guys consciously uncoupled. That's what I took from that statement. Like, hey, we're going to be friends. He says we're still going to be mates. Are you, in fact, still mates?
Well, we're trying. We're really trying. No, we are still friends, but there's these times where it's like, yo, I really want to kiss your face, but I can't because we're just friends. And it gets a bit like that sometimes when you're friends with your ex. You know, there's times where you just naturally fall into that rhythm of being like, are we dating again? Are we not? We've had times where we experimented. We don't talk to each other for a few days, and then we talk to each other. But at the end of the day...
You up?
Where?
You up, Tex?
Wow.
Up to? No, I don't do those. I just rock up. But I mean...
I don't know what that means, but it sounded salacious.
Oh, okay, guys. I promise we'll move on to some news stories. I just have a couple more questions. I need to know.
A couple?
Just 2 more. I promise 2 more. Okay.
Dig, we have a guest here. I want to learn all about it.
Lily. Small world, Bachelor. It's very ancestral. You guys suddenly become best friends.
Well, hang on one second.
Incestual.
It is ancestral.
Thank you. Okay. Did you hook up since the show has ended with any other Bachelor people?
So you mean after Courtney?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. hooked
You're
up
a
with
liar.
Courtney.
I see the way you just put your head down. Come on.
No. It's like we broke up like a month ago, which is which is not that long ago. You know, see, for
It's
8 months,
crazy
that's
to
not that long ago.
It's crazy to see somebody just lying to our face. She's just lying to our face.
I wish I could lie.
Last question. Have you hooked up with any celebrities here or New Zealand celebrities?
Well, no, I've only been single for a month, but I mean, maybe later. I know that Courtney said to Deanie Baby, he's like, I think you're a great guy because they're friends. He's like, I think you're a great guy. I give you permission to date Lily if you want to.
Oh, he'd fuck yeah. So would David Spade.
I like David Spade.
I have 7,000 Instagram followers.
All right. I'm going to cut that out of the podcast.
Absolutely not.
Let's move on to the aforementioned dummy, Colton, who sat with a very intelligent lesbian, America's sweetheart, Ellen DeGeneres. There is so fucking much here. What do we want to get into first here, Nick?
I think he sat down with her, and she kind of started digging in the questions, like, what's going to happen when you get to a fantasy suite?
I'm so ready. I'm so excited to not only, meet my fiance and my wife, but to the mother of my children and somebody who I want to spend the rest of my life with.
You really are excited about that.
I'm very excited.
You think
I feel like I was born to be a dad, so I'm literally super excited for
I
this.
wonder if he knows how
that's
babies
exciting.
are made.
Yeah.
But you could be a dad without going on The Bachelor and doing this,
That's true.
I mean, you could.
Yeah.
But now, so you are a virgin, and did you know that?
I am?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are. So is that, what are they talking about?
Why applause?
I don't know.
Why applause?
Now, how do you feel about these fantasy suites that when you get to that, is that going to be pressure for you?
No, I'm looking forward to the fantasy suites.
I bet.
Because you could do more. You could do more in the fantasy suites than just have sex. So, I mean, we could play board games. We could hang out.
All right. First things first. You want to talk about grandiose aspirations. Born to be a dad. What?
I feel like he. What's that called when you go to like media training? I feel like they've put him through media training for the last 2 months. Are you familiar with this, Lily?
Yeah,
they teach you how not to be an
tried to
asshole.
media train me, but it was just like, swear less, honey.
Didn't take.
And you're like, fuck me up, fam.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the thing that stuck out for me was the I feel like I was born to be a dad thing, which is just a fucking insane thing to say. I don't know.
He's a sociopath.
And then a little bit later on, I don't think we heard this in the clip, but he does say that like the important things are the menial things that happen in between takes, like figuring out what your partner's favorite snack is.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nick, thoughts?
None on those. I'm so excited to watch the season. I don't like him, but it's always about the
It's
contestants.
about the girls.
It's
Yeah.
about the
It's
contestants.
about the kooky girls.
She's got a thought, but she's got to finish this swig of beer. What were you going to say? You just
No, I
agree.
was just going to agree because it's never about the dude. It's never about the Bachelor or the Bachelorette. They're just there to kind of like run the show. They're like the hosts, and everyone else is just about the drama.
Yeah, I mean, we're hate-filled.
I can tell.
So a lot of our ire kind of is pointed towards The Bachelor. I feel like we have literally never liked The Bachelor.
I mean, for me, it's. Oh, I guess it's a third.
We came around to Nick Vale. We hated Ari because he was an idiot.
Ari's awful. Nick was awful.
Ari's like an insurance broker or some shit. So
Failed race car driver.
And real,
same
real estate. It's all bullshit.
something like
Yeah.
that.
I didn't like Nick Vile, and I really tried to give him the benefit of the doubt because he has my name and he's from my home state of Wisconsin, but he's weird and he's lockjawed.
I know a lot of people that don't like him. he was nice to me, but I have titties. So.
You are so self-aware.
It's a very admirable quality.
Thank you.
Speaking of past bachelors, I have a news story. Can I do a news story?
Whoa! Are we doing PMZ right now?
No, we've been doing news stories all along, dude.
Who cares? Let's put it in there. Bum bum bum.
Bum bum bum.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay, guys, imagine this. All right, so Ari's in New York this week with that piece of wood of his, Lauren. And I guess they're staying at the end as, I think they're getting married this month. Anyway, get this. The bridesmaids are, and you may be familiar with these people, it's Cien, who's gorgeous. Jacqueline of all people, who we'll get to later.
Setting us up for a segue.
Yeah.
And I believe Mikkel. Can you imagine? And then this news story says how much he made out with all three of those girls, and now he's staring at them doing all like the wedding reception, rehearsal dinners and all that bullshit. I think that's very interesting. I would never want that. 3 girls I hooked up with being my bride's friends.
Do you have anything bad to say about CN tonight, Nick? Do you have anything bad to say about CN?
Just that you think she's the most altruistic person on earth, and I believe she's a sweet girl, but she has fame aspirations just like the rest of these contestants.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she's gorgeous and cool. Hey,
and
she's a Disney princess.
I figured out why she's not a professional model, because she is beautiful and has perfect skin, but I hear she's only 5'3".
I got drunk with her at 4th of July. Yeah, she's short, I think.
Was she fun drunk? Was she?
Yeah.
She seems reserved.
Yeah, no, she doesn't get as drunk as I do, but she tries.
What was this July 4th? This sounds like a fun time.
Oh, we went to the beach and got drunk.
July 4th is the birthday of our nation, Dylan. Jesus.
Apparently, yeah.
Hey, Lily, all you Bachelor people, what are you on, some mass email that you guys all just let each other know what events happening
Well,
or
yeah,
something?
kind of. Well, Chad was there, Cian was there, Kendall was there. I got
Chad, like
invited
lunch
to-
meat eater Chad?
Chad, I've never watched this season, but didn't he call someone a one-armed bitch or something?
Yeah.
And he only ate lunch meat because he, like myself, is keto.
Hey, Lily, if you were
Hold on 1 second. Chad would literally hammer lunch meat. Not a little bit, like a lot of fucking cold cuts. Then would strap suitcases to his torso filled with clothes and do pull-ups.
Really? On TV?
And then made fun of I'm not going to say deformed. She just had an accident, lost an arm. What am I? Stupid at Chad's level. Fuck. Not a good guy.
Hey, Lily, are there like groups that you guys have like, oh, we don't deal with those Bachelor groups? You know what I mean? It seems
Clicks?
like...
No, we had a Winter Games group chat with everyone in it. But apart from that, Kendall's my friend, and then Kendall loves everyone, so she kind of just brings people in. So I've just kind of met a lot of people through Kendall.
Luke Pell, he's a piece of shit, right?
Well, maybe. Maybe.
I like this. Some rapid fire people. Yuki.
Whoa.
Yuki.
Oh, yeah, she's cute. She doesn't speak any English, but you gotta love it.
Does she get like wasted with you guys?
Yeah, she get pretty drunk, but you never understand what she's saying. So, like, are you drunk? Are you sober? We're not really sure, because usually you tell by what's coming out of their mouth, right?
Well, they turn a little red, though.
Yeah, Asians get very
yeah,
red.
that's a stereotype. 100%.
Canadian Kevin, he's a piece of shit, right?
Why is everything he's a piece of? You're leading the witness
I
here.
love Kevin. I love Kevin, but again, knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, like, these people know what they're doing.
Yep, gotta be wary of that kind of thing.
Because no, I like Kevin. Give me someone I actually don't like. Come on.
Okay.
You tell us. Who's an asshole on this?
Yeah.
We'll delete this part, obviously, if you
No, I
want.
guess I don't really think that anyone's an asshole. I think some relationships are full of shit.
Like
what?
All of the Winter Games ones, apart from mine and Courtney's, in all honesty, which just kind of sucks, because, like, me and Courtney genuinely liked each other.
Ooh,
and-
Bibiana.
Oh, I love that bitch.
Nice.
I love that bitch. It's hard because they didn't work out with Jordan, but Bibiana's my friend, Jordan's my friend. Like,
I
the
love
kind of beef from
Bibiana.
yeah, no, she's a good bitch. She's
Yeah.
very straight up, and she was definitely played in a bad light on Winter Games. 100%.
Interesting.
What about Jacqueline?
Yeah, I don't know her, but Jordan is my friend, and that didn't go down too well.
Okay,
Let's
so let's
set- yeah.
let's
I'm
get
just
set
into
it
gonna-
up.
I'm just gonna-
Good segui.
So
That
we
way.
have, thank you, Lily. We have seen and heard murmurs of them being together at these wild desert parties.
All of a sudden, it came out of nowhere. They were at Burning Man.
Yeah.
Quickly, passionate love ensued.
You were mixing it up with him in Instagram comments, weren't you?
No, I just read a bunch of the Instagram comics. Producer Bill Dixon, who I hear is also a comedian, he posted that they were engaged.
Oh,
and,
he's just trying to stir shit.
and it turned out to be bullshit. So they were never engaged. That's
No.
like tidbit number one.
No, they were never engaged. That's just Bill being Bill. But at the end of the day, I think she slid into his DMs being like, oh, you're going to Burning Man. I'm going to Burning Man.
Right.
And then they just kind of met up at Burning Man, and then some kind of relationship sparked from that. And he went to New York, and they just hung out in New York for a while. And I actually talked to Jordan before this to make sure to see what was okay to say. But
Yeah.
basically, he found out in some dramatic way that she wasn't the girl that she was saying or leading on that she was, and he ended up really fucking heartbroken and calling me and being like,
Oh no.
I know, and I hate seeing a 30-something-year-old dude hurt. He's fucking hurt.
This kind of works with the dirt that we have on her.
Yeah, so you said she's not the girl she kind of pretended to be. What we kind of thought and saw on The Bachelor was she has a really good head on her shoulders. Lily needs some more mango.
Give her that mango.
She's got a really good head on her shoulders, it seemed like. She's in med school to be a psychologist, going for her PhD. And it turns out she's not the goody two-shoes we kind of thought.
But we also kind of started smelling the bullshit on reality television here, because she left the show voluntarily, but it was also one of those like ultimatum things.
I might get dumped, so I'm gonna leave.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not fired, you're fired.
I'm not fired, you're fired. She said that she was very serious about medical school, then popped up on Bachelor in Paradise, and is also at Burning Man. Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but serious med school students do not have time to be sequestered on not an island for a long duration of time and go to Burning Man. There's something off with this lady's story.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nick, you have the dirt, don't you, sir?
I do. So some very, very detail-oriented Redditor.
God bless.
Busybodies.
They, through mutual friends, found out Jackie is a staple of the New York City burner scene, which, of course, is derived from the original Burning Man, which takes place out here in the desert. But these parties are known for coke, ketamine, acid, and they get crazy. She's even been seen at play parties, which they're not exactly an orgy, not exactly a swingers party, but large parties where members are encouraged to explore around with other people sexually. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you guys is Jacqueline is a sex-addled, crazed drug addict. Would that sum it up?
I have no idea about her drug history or her sex history, but I have heard these rumors as well.
Mm-hmm.
Before.
And is this some of the stuff that may or may not have, Jordan may not have been aware of and may have broken his heart?
No, that's not, because Jordan's a wild man. He doesn't he doesn't judge like that. He doesn't care. He loves.
Yeah, I feel like
everyone loves a little bit of something in the world.
A little bit
right?
of ketamine? Not everybody loves a little bit of ketamine.
I'm not judging either. I would love an invite.
No, well, that's what I mean. It's interesting, but it wasn't in that department.
Oh, okay.
It was definitely in a more genuine kind of.
Oh, they thought they were together and she fucked someone else.
Hard F.
I don't know.
Lily will not confirm or deny.
I can't confirm anything, but I'm just saying he's heartbroken, and that frickin' sucks because he's a good guy.
I love him. He's New Zealand's Landon Donovan. But what are you gonna say?
No, I agree. I loved him, especially with the breakup with that single mother on Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes, Calypso or whatever her name was.
Are we gonna see each other after Paradise ends?
No.
No, but that's the thing. He felt like he said I was pushed kind of towards that relationship because he came in late and they were like, this is the chick that you need to be with. But he said to me, he's like, look, we had fun, but was I gonna see her again? Probably not. I'm gonna lead her on and take her into the fantasy suites and I'm never gonna see this girl again. And which is honest. You have to be like that.
I know.
Do you know that woman, was it Cassandra?
Cassandra.
Yeah. She has a child with an NBA player.
Okay. Yeah, I did hear that. I didn't watch Paradise.
Right. Rodney,
good for you.
Rodney Stuckey is his name. So yeah, you and Jordan are like super tight. Like you, Courtney, and him are like the Three Musketeers.
We are.
They surprised you with a car.
Yeah.
I saw on her social media.
Well, this is actually so I have had some car troubles in LA and I had a car towed and all this legal stuff and I just left it in the tow yard. I was like, fuck that car. It's not even
Freaking,
worth
what's
it.
that expression when you have a similar experiences with somebody?
Same shit happened. I don't know.
Tell me about it.
Parking out here is a goddamn
I
jungle.
hate it. Anyway, basically, my mom was like, come on, let me just get you a car, like a cheap car. And I was like, Mom, I'm not taking your money. So she hit up Courtney behind my back and they've been brewing this plan to get me a car. Courtney didn't pay for it. He's broke. But my mum paid for it. And basically, Courtney picked out the car. And then they blindfolded me with some random chick's bikini and dragged me into a car yard. And we're like, here you go. Congratulations. It's your car. I was like, the fuck? So it was cute.
Let's play a game. Oh, you already know this game's not going to work. I was going to say let's guess Lily's car.
I don't know what it is. I can't
Oh,
remember.
you don't know what it is? Okay,
She's
go.
a cute girl. I'm going to say a Honda Civic.
Oh, God.
I'm going to say a Toyota Prius.
No, I'll give you a hint.
The original
Courtney
Hummer.
was
Right, a
like, I
Jeep or
want it to
something.
be a Lily car. I want it to be a Lily car. So think of something that I would want to get, and I would get it if I were...
He said the original Hummer. It's not the original Hummer.
Oh, God,
That's a
those
Lily
are
car.
Wanky.
All right. I said let's do the game. I think it's a bad game.
It is a bad game.
I think it's a
very
bad
tough.
game.
But what?
It's a 2002 Ford Mustang.
That leads me
Convertible.
to these guys argue with me about how much contestants are paid. This is a very inappropriate question, but I must ask.
Oh, no, that's an American thing. I don't care about talking about money.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
How much did you get paid to be on Winter Games?
It was about $400 US a day.
And you were there for 2 weeks?
Yeah, about
Those
that.
cheap motherfuckers. You know how much entertainment they squeezed out of
They
you?
are fucking
cheap
it's highway
pieces of
robbery.
shit.
They're selling millions of dollars of advertising
Yeah,
every
What a bunch
night.
of fucking assholes.
Well,
Did
I
they make
mean-
you sign like a 360 deal? Do they get like, if you write a book next year, do they get a piece of it?
New Zealand is way more gnarly in that retrospect. They won't let you talk about it for 2 years. But Winter Games was like 6 months and then you're free.
So how long ago were you on the show?
It aired in like February.
Oh, so you're
So
just.
I'm free now.
Oh, okay. You're not like afraid New Zealand will extradite you and punish
I'm
you for.
long past New Zealand. I'm way past New Zealand.
How old were you when you were on the New Zealand show?
21.
No, she's 21 now.
I was still 20. You have to be 21 to be on the show, but they made an exception for me for some reason.
Because you're so goddamn
You're a
real.
lovely girl, Lily.
Thanks, mate.
Let's get into some other lovely girls who are positioned on a platform that is just outrageously high. Outrageously high.
Oh yeah, we skipped this part of the Colton.
On Ellen.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't hack this clip up very well. Maybe we could just listen for like 2 minutes and we'll insert the good part in the show.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that.
I don't know. What do you want?
Well, I never get that.
Oh, Pat. Don't air dirty laundry in front of a guest.
We are back with the Bachelor, Colton Underwood, and we're about to introduce him to 3 of the women he'll be dating this season. Okay, you ready to meet him?
Let's do it.
All right. One thing I forgot to mention. I told you you'd be meeting 3 women, but I didn't tell you how. It's time to play Know or Go.
What a horrible, uncreative name.
I agree, and the graphics suck.
All right, bring him out, Twitch.
Yeah.
There's a black man being 2 big drums that they call Twitch, evidently.
Timpanis.
Like, none of these girls are going to win.
No.
That's why they do it, right?
All right, hi, ladies. Hi. How are you? Look, here's Colton right here.
Hi, Colton.
This is the first time you're getting to meet Colton. This is very exciting. I don't know how they picked you 3 to be the first, but you are. That's exciting, right?
Very lucky.
Very,
All right.
very.
Well, you're meeting him from up there, but
Can
only
we
one
pause
of you
for a
will get
sec?
to actually come
Never
over
mind.
here and greet him because you have to be the last one standing, okay? It's a very simple game. If you know, you stay. If you don't, you go. I'll ask you. You're Sydney?
Yes. Hi.
All right, Sydney.
Hi, Colton.
Hey.
All right.
What if she didn't know
Be
right
the
there?
future wife we're seeing right here.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't know my name.
Sydney,
Yes.
this is your first chance to impress Colton. Give him your best pickup line.
Hi, Colton. Did you just fall from heaven, or are you an angel? I don't know if that made any sense.
Okay, now pause.
Yikes. You could have said something fun, like, did you fall from heaven because you look like you've broken your leg? Or something fun like that.
That's not right either, Lily.
I told Lily I would have said, are you a goldfish cracker? Because you're the snack that smiles back.
I laughed the first time, but the second time's not as good.
I just wonder what went into the segment production here. Like, do they ask them or do they tell them what the questions are?
They don't tell them what the questions are. Are you kidding? That was garbage.
Now, you think that dummy would improv that?
Yeah.
They should, I guess is what I'm saying.
And also,
because-
I have a huge problem with it because it's no or go. That's not like an objective question.
Right.
You have to ask, like, I think a funny question for this young lady, because of her name, would have been name a city in Australia.
yeah.
And
I don't think she would have been able to do it. She would have been like, Waco.
Sydney.
Gentlemen, can I remind you that you're judging a daytime talk show host for its production?
The best daytime talk show host.
They're doing better than you.
There is...
Throwing shade.
God damn it. All right, let's move on with the clip.
We're hilarious.
me.
That's not the line, Sydney,
No.
but that's all right. You're nervous. That's
Yeah,
okay.
totally.
And who cares about pickup lines anyway?
They're cheesy.
All right. Annie, hi.
Hi.
What do you think is the most attractive thing about
Listen to
Colton?
this one. I have a story about her later.
Well, I have 7 dogs, so definitely that he loves dogs.
That's a good one.
7.
7, they're going to have to get along with your dogs, though. That could be a...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but that's
2?
hard. You can't have 9 dogs.
Well, they are in a horse farm. My mom's horse farm.
Oh, I see.
So there's lots of room.
Okay,
I see.
Pat, can you
All right,
pause it?
good.
All right, so
Get your thoughts out quicker.
yeah, Ellen's a real battle axe. I hear she's a real bitch, but I completely agree with her. 7 dogs is way too many dogs, and 9 dogs is just preposterous. But we were talking off mic, of course. You're completely fine, Lily.
It's not enough. 7 dogs is cool.
And it's a farm, Dill. It's
Yeah,
a farm
like, you got
with
a
horses
farm.
and shit.
So what? It's too many dogs.
There's room for activities. It'll be okay.
Can you weigh in?
I think it's somewhat irresponsible. Like, are you really going to be able to give the love and attention needed to all of these dogs?
No, the dogs give it to each other. They're like brother and sister.
I've been on a horse farm or two, or I've been to a couple stables. My young sis used to ride equestrian, as did I. I didn't like the pants, but we did have a horse named Champagne on Ice. There's 1 dog in the stable. It's the stable dog. All right.
I think it's weird that this woman grew up on a stable, but yet she seems so unstable.
All righty. Number 3.
No. Should we hit the news story about that one, or should we see number 3?
Let's talk about the news story.
Okay. So I got some dirt here. Now,
What was her name? They just said it.
Angie.
Gold jacket, green jacket. Who gives a shit?
All right. She's blonde, and she's either very short, or the other 2 girls, or anyway, she seems very short in this clip. Regardless, I believe it's probably in your contract that you need to shut down all your social media accounts when you're on this here franchise.
Mm-hmm.
This contestant apparently didn't do that and posted on Snapchat. She dumped Colton Underwood. That blonde-haired girl that we're discussing now just got kicked the first week out. She's claiming that she actually dumped him. The Bachelor hasn't even begun airing, and already the drama is spilling over to social media. Underwood is currently filming season 23 and handing out red roses. A contestant who recently eliminated on Snapchat left the show. She quickly deleted the post, but Bachelor spoiler from Reality Steve has the receipts. She says, when you dump the Bachelor because he's weird as shit, and you're headed back to normal, happy life without psycho people.
And then 3 greater than signs. That was the Snapchat selfie she sent to her friends, and some friend leaked it. And evidently, I think this chick...
Oh, poor girl.
I think this chick got eliminated early, and she's trying to lay the groundwork that she dumped him, not the other way around. I think she's about to get a real bad edit.
I mean, I don't know.
That's right.
She could have voluntarily euthanized the whole thing, because Colton is fucking crazy, I think.
But even if you don't like him and you're like this type of person who's like all about the attention, you're going to stick around as long as you can, get the fame, get the attention, and then peace out later, I think.
Yeah, maybe he didn't like her and she could tell, and so she just copped out early, euthanized herself early, like you said.
Yeah.
That was a good term. Thank
Well,
you.
we'll see
I thought
if
it
she
was a little
dumped him,
heavy,
though.
but-
That's a wild claim. Did she dump him?
We'll have
see.
to find out. January something. Do we want to watch the rest of this clip, or can we move on?
I hope she wiped after that dump.
Can we move on to a different story here, Nick?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's talk about Samson himself.
Should we talk about him? Is the story good?
Well, let's just briefly say Leah walked into, or attempted to walk into, multiple sororities on the University of Southern California's Greek Row. Is that what you call it?
Yeah, I think they were going door to door. He was hanging out with some no-name comedian, and
Aziz Ansari?
This guy was white and no-named. But he...
Matt Edgar?
Oh, shade.
That was for you, baby.
Keeping that in.
But yeah, they were going door to door. There were sorority girls calling their mother, saying there's a creep outside trying to get in. Evidently, one let him in. Basically, it's just more predatory behavior from this guy. There were all these stories about him, like, very creepily sliding into DMs earlier. Unsolicited dick pics flying all over the place. We even had a contestant one of our listeners actually came on the show as a guest. Shout out to Katie Bennett, and she actually knows she's seen Leo's penis.
Leo is a total scumbag. The guy's got to be at least 35, and if he's not, Jesus Christ, God help us all, because he looks every bit of 42. Anyway, Leo is a total scumbag, and he watches the show and realizes who are super fans of this show. All college girls. You'd never know it because The Bachelor's 35, and you think women would be like, ooh, gross. But he's thinking, no, that's my target audience. So he marches his ass down the USC campus or UCLA, wherever the fuck that was, starts knocking on doors thinking women are just going to cheer, invite him in, love him. And in fact, he's so disgusting.
I love this.
It's 100% true, by the way. This guy is going to be arrested for some kind of like beating a woman, public drunkenness, all that shit.
Did this happen after The Bachelor?
Yeah,
Yes.
this was days ago.
I hate him.
Yeah. And one of the interesting parts about this, the person who really broke this story on Reddit Bachelor was the person who he was originally quarreling with over the salacious DMs, Becca M. She's a huge Bachelor Redditor and not afraid to fling some shit.
She's like the Rose McGowan of the Bachelorette community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we can cut this if you want, but I thought I'd pitch another game. And again, we don't have to do this, but I guess I'll just ask the question. We don't have to read them, but do you get some horrifying direct messages?
Totally.
Yeah.
But the thing about Instagram now is that they block the photo before you see it. So it'll be some guy being like, do you want to see this big one? And there's a photo. And it's like, isn't it huge? Another photo. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just not going to go there.
So, fellas, if you're going to send a dick pic to Courtney, just be like, hey, look at this puppy.
Yeah. Totally.
Or look at these 7 puppies.
Hey, Lily, is there a world where you send a girl a picture of your cock and it turns you on? Does that world exist?
No.
No.
It
So
doesn't.
men, stop doing it.
No one wants something if they can't do anything with it. It's like being, hey, here's a photo of this nice car. It's
And
like,
also,
thank you.
in terms of anatomy, penises are not the most aesthetically pleasing
No.
thing. I mean, every once in a while you get a good-looking penis, but most of the time they look like sea monsters. So anyways, how often do they come? Do you just get,
I think these fellas are coming every time.
Stop.
I mean, that.
Do you get them all the time?
It's like maybe like a 1 to 15, 20 ratio.
Wow.
And sometimes it's just a pleasant invite to come have a nice chat on a podcast.
I wasn't even talking about dick pics, but you get like 20 DMs like a day?
No. Like every 20 DMs, maybe like 1 is a dick pic.
Oh, okay.
And then another 20, and
All
then
right.
1.
Keep it classy
and the rest
out
are
there,
like,
guys.
why did you and Courtney break up? And then the rest are just dick pics.
That would have been me.
They need to start prosecuting these unsolicited dick pics more.
We need to wrap this show up because Lily needs to get out of here. It is late.
One more story.
We have one more story.
It's quick. It's just we've referenced one of these contestants. We can only refer to her as poor Annalise, and what we're about to show you is poor Annalise. We already knew she was a fame whore. She was on The Bachelor. She was on Bachelor in Paradise. Before that, she was on
Millionaire Matchmaker.
But even before that, she was attempting to act, and we found her reel online, posted by a baby bird.
I'm going to really lay on the pressure. You are so smart, babe.
You are, babe. What do you want?
I need help eating this big burger. I don't think I can finish it on my own.
Give it to me.
You can have it if you want. Just come outside and eat it.
I thought I only ate organic food. That's not even organic.
I love the cuts.
I
They're
have
not
another
abrupt
one right
and very
here.
smooth.
I feel like the editor could punch this up a little bit, make it a little better.
Wait, that was it?
Well, there was 3 minutes, but that's all you need to see.
We're trying to preserve your brain cells here, so just bear with us.
Holy shit. It is, it's the same thing that we said the entire season. Take it out behind the barn.
And what do we do?
Throw it in the ocean.
Can we get this girl an IV because she has to be dehydrated? That's the only explanation for being this thirsty.
How long have you been practicing that one in your bedroom?
It's written down.
It's sad. But I don't think Annalise is gone. Some incarnation of Annalise will show up, either an arrest or her being on some of the reality show spin-off.
She'll be on the reboot of that first date show with all those chyrons that pop up.
Blind Date.
Blind Date. She'll
That
be
was
on that.
amazing. Shout out to Roger Lodge.
Roger Lodger.
Okay, we need to wrap this episode up, but many of you will be wondering, but guys, what about the Jordan and Jenna subpoena and legal war? Guys, don't worry about that. We need to really take some time.
It's true.
We've got paralegals working on this. We're talking to people with JDs. We're going to break this whole thing down for you guys at a later date. Nick.
Before you end the show, I want to hear a little bit about your future plans, Lily. You're now an American, essentially.
Stateside.
Well, I mean, I'm staying here and I'm going to just wing it from now on. I don't really know what I'm doing with my life. I never really think that I do. But
You told me you had an exciting project coming up. Can you talk about it?
Yeah, I just finished wrapping a TV show that will be airing in maybe like 2 months now. I don't know if acting's
Don't be Annalise. Is it actually on a network that we can watch?
Amazon
Yeah,
Prime.
it's on Amazon.
Oh, snap!
Yeah. I don't know if I want to be an actor. I feel like I just kind of want to keep doing weird shit, but I don't know. Maybe acting is that.
Sometimes it's hard to make money off weird shit, but
yeah, unfortunately.
Fly your freak flag.
Yeah, I mean, I think I might disappear for like a month next month and just kind of like document the whole thing and just kind of see where I end
Go
up.
to Peru.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like farm alligators or some shit. I don't
Okay,
know.
yeah.
We'll see.
nice. What's the name of the show?
It's called American Bikini.
Okay, well, I mean,
Sounds spicy.
By way of plugs, I mean, I think we got that one out. Social medias for Lily, what are they?
Lily McManus. Everything, right?
Thank you.
Lily McManus.
Yeah.
I'm great
Thank
at
you.
spelling.
My agent will handle that.
You have an agent?
Me.
Nick.
Lily, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, Lily, you were awesome.
I had a good time. Thank you guys.
Quickly before you go, can you do the American accent you're so good at?
Oh, yes.
Hey guys, my name's Lily, and if you actually want to see my show reel, you can head over to YouTube, and I talk about organic burgers.
All right, that wasn't that great.
Yeah, what the fuck? You
That
sound
was
like you're...
sick. Are you kidding me? Okay, give me your Australian accent.
No. All right, I'm Dylan. Say goodbye. Nick, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pat, say goodbye.
Bye.
Lily, say goodbye.
Goodbye.